I am very excited to share with you today that I have received a free Virgin Voyages cruise. Woohoo! I received that through the Sea Roller Casino program. And let's talk about today how you can get that for yourself. So let's talk about where did I go on the internet? What did I submit? What sailing did I receive? What ship? What stateroom cabin category? And what's included with that and what I expect to spend out of pocket. Also, we'll go into a little bit of the Sea Roller program and compare it to Royal Caribbean because that is the only other casino program that I have used to date. So please excuse the voice. I have been missing off my channel for just a little bit. I came down with pneumonia from my Freedom of the Seas casino cruise that I just took in November. So I am on the mend now, but going to be a little bit froggy for this video. So let's talk about how I got the free cruise from Virgin Voyages. Well, I had a casino offer that I booked from Royal Caribbean on the Quantum of the Seas going out of Los Angeles for 2026. And I took that offer and I submitted it on the Sea Roller Casino program on Virgin Voyages website. I'll include the information in the description of the video, and I'll put a QR code up on the screen that you can scan. And I submitted information to that website and was approved. Now, the first time I did it, I was denied because I did not send in the appropriate paperwork. So let's talk about what I submitted to Virgin Voyages. So I actually took a screenshot of my Royal Caribbean Club Royale website when I logged in with my name and my account number, as well as any offers that it was showing. I then also went in through Royal's website and booked a cabin and screenshotted that process along the way. And then once I got my itinerary receipt from Royal Caribbean, I also included that. Now, I did put it together in one PDF, but here's a tip. If you don't have Adobe PDF Maker and you have a program like Canva, I actually just put the screenshots all together in one document and then exported it as a PDF. So that worked really well. So you could do with something like that with a word processing program like Word or Google Docs, I think is what it's called. So the big question is, well, what did I receive? I got a 7-night sailing on the Resilient Lady. Now, there was a whole long list of dates to choose from. You actually had to choose a first choice and a second choice. And I got my first choice for my birthday cruise in 2026. So I'm completely excited. I'm going to Grand Cayman, Ocho Rios, and the Bimini Beach Club. I haven't been to Bimini Beach Club. I've been to the others, but it's been a really, really long time. So I'm completely excited to go to those. And because the room offer that I submitted from Royal Caribbean was for a balcony, I did get a sea terrace cabin on Virgin Voyages. Now, I don't know that if you submitted an interior room, if you would only get an interior room back. So I'm not 100% sure on how that works. But I was so pleased when I saw that come back. And I'm going to get to try out the hammock on the balcony. If you can't tell, I'm really, really excited about this. So all I ended up paying, I believe, was about $228, and that was for port fees and taxes. And you better believe I paid that within minutes of receiving the email saying that, congratulations, we've booked your cruise. And I called them about gratuities because I went in to try and pay that, and it said, no, my $140 in gratuities was already included in the casino offer. So I don't have to pay out of pocket for that, which is pretty darn fabulous because, you know, Royal Caribbean makes you pay the gratuities. In addition to the port fees and taxes, they don't cover that. Now, again, I'm going to be using frequent flyer miles for my airfare. I'm flying in the morning of, which I know is a huge no-no, but it is a 2.5 hour flight straight from here to Fort Lauderdale Airport. Yes, I know it sails out of Miami, but I've got frequent flyer miles. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I paid, I think, $11.20 total for the round trip taxes on that. So that's going to be a huge savings. So pretty much all I really need to worry about is my transportation to the airport, to the cruise port, any extra things I want to do on board, obviously gambling in the casino, and we'll talk about the Sea Roller program in just a moment and how those points work. And then obviously, little kitty cats have to have a minder while I'm gone. So we'll have my pet sitting service to take care of. Let's talk about the Sea Roller Casino program, and that's Virgin Voyages' new casino program. They have a 5-level system, and it goes from 0 points to 4,999 points for the first level. Now, on that first level, to be honest, they don't really offer you much except free play based on the points that you accumulate during your sailing. I don't know if those free play points are available during your current sailing or if you have to wait for a future sailing. Now, you wouldn't start receiving any type of casino offers or free cruises until you hit 5,000 points, which is not quite equivalent to Royal Caribbean's Prime level. It's actually way more because both of the cruise lines offer a $5 per point schedule. Now that's talking about just straight up money run straight into the machine with no winnings recycled. Now on the 3 Royal Caribbean cruises that I've done, I averaged out at Icon of the Seas $1 a point. Wonder of the Seas, I think that was about 143. And Freedom of the Seas was a very miserable $2.46. So if you multiply that $5,000 by the point level, yeah, that can get really costly. So it could be well over $10,000 to get 5,000 points. I'm sorry, Malibu is just having a good time behind the camera. So I don't think, as for me, kind of a lower budget person, not a cheap traveler, but a lower budget traveler, I don't think I have the bankroll enough to be able to get 5,000 points unless I win some amazing jackpot. But then again, I don't know if it would be worth cycling that much money back into the system to get a pretty decently, reasonably priced cruise out of Virgin Voyages. Now, when I priced the cruise that I'm going on for one passenger that would be solo traveling, including the gratuities and port fees, it came out to $2,854. So that's a pretty darn amazing savings. I calculated it 92% savings by using this casino match. So that's how I got it. I took a Royal Caribbean casino offer that I received, sent it to Virgin Voyages, and they matched it. So I know there are other cruise lines out there that do that. My next attempt to do that is going to be Holland America, and I'm going to try to do that later in the year because I do have another cruise in between. In May, I'm going on Enchanted Princess with a group cruise for my YouTube After 40 group, and I'm super excited for that as well. But I am going to play in the casino because I really, really want to check out Princess's casino program. I've heard it's one of the better programs as far as giving points and the rewards and the cruises that you have available to you. So I just want to thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to continue to see it in your recommended feed, just make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified every time I release a new video or go live, and hopefully I'll start going live on this channel, just make sure you hit that bell button and then click the option for all notifications. So that's all I've got today. If you got any questions for me, just make sure you leave them in the comments below. And as always, happy cruising. I hope I see you out there cruising. And if you seek Amy, maybe you'll find her on a cruise. Oh, and don't forget, I still have lots of content for Freedom of the Seas coming up. I filmed so much on that ship, but it is just sitting waiting for me to feel better to get those videos together. So be on the lookout for my Freedom of the Seas casino cruise offer travel that I did 9 nights on that ship. So have a great day, happy cruising, and I'll see you again.